everyone, in this video I would like to talk about compound interest. So the first thing I want to do is talk through how we develop the formula for compound interest, and then I'd like to use that formula in an example. So compound interest, the difference here between simple interest is compound interest is calculated based on any previous interest that has already been earned. So to explain what I mean, let's just think through a simple example. So first, our simple interest formula, our future value is equal to the principal times 1 plus the rate times time. And that gives us a simple interest calculated one time. But now compound interest is calculated based on any previous interest that has already been earned. So let's just say we're going to invest $1,000 into an account that's paying 5% interest. Let's take a look and let's see what happens year after year in this account. So after 1 year, our future value, so we put in $1,000, and then our rate here is 5%, so we have 1 plus 0.05, and then my time is just 1 year. So we end up with 1,000 times 1.05, which is going to give me $1,050. Right now, as I move into year 2, I actually have to base the second year off of this previous balance. So this was year 1. Now if I go to year 2 to find my future value, instead of plugging in 1,000, I'm actually going to use 1,050 as my new principal. And then same idea, we're going to multiply this by 1.05, and that will give me a future value of $1,102.50. And I could keep going. So in year 3, again, we need to use our new balance. So I need to use the ending balance from year 2. So $1,102.50, and then we'll multiply this by 1.05, which is going to give me $1,157 and about 63 cents. Now looking at the pattern we have, in year 2, I took $1,050 and multiplied that by my 1 plus my rate. But if I think about where this $1,050 came from, that came from my previous year with a similar calculation. So in year 2, the $1,050, we got that from multiplying 1,000 times 1.05, and then to calculate my future value in year 2, we multiplied by 1.05 a second time. So another way I could write that is 1,000 times 1.05 to the second power. In a similar fashion, in year 3, we took $1,102.50, multiplied that by 1.05. But if I think about where this number came from, that came from our future value in year 2. And where did this one come from? That came from our future value in year 1, so on and so forth. So for year 3, I could write this as 1,000 times 1.05. That gave me the future value after year 1 times 1.05. This would give me the future value after year 2. And if I do this one more time, times another 1.05, that gave me the future value after year 3. And again, to rewrite this, we could say 1,000 times 1.05 to the third power. And now to generalize this formula, if we keep going year after year, and let's say we get up to t years, so the variable t, our formula is going to be our future value is equal to our principal times 1 plus the rate as a decimal, and then we raise that to the t power. So in year 3, our exponent was 3. In year 2, it was 2, so on and so forth. So now this gives us a general way that we can calculate the compound interest. So now let's use this in an example. So You deposit $2,000 in a savings account at your local bank, which has a rate of 6%. Find the amount of money A in the account after 3 years, subject to interest compounded once a year. So we're going to need to use our formula. A is equal to P times 1 plus R to the T power. So we want to find A. Our principal is our initial investment, so we're going to invest $2,000. 1 plus R, our rate has to be written as a decimal, so 6% is 0.06. And this is going to stay in the account for 3 years. All right, so let's see what we end up with. 2,000 times 1.06 to the third power. And now if I plug this into my calculator, and the way that I want to do this is following my order of operations. I'm going to do the 1.06 to the third power first, and then I'm going to multiply that by 2,000. And what we end up with is $2,382 and about 3 cents. So that's going to be our future value after our 3 years. Now to calculate my interest that I've earned, I just need to take my future value and subtract away my initial investment. So that will tell me how much interest. So here we're going to do our future value of $2,382.03. We'll subtract away our initial investment of $2,000. So the interest that we have earned is $382.03.